Everybody, good afternoon and welcome to Sigma Delta Pi's beginning and end of the year celebrations. And we have our panelists today who will share with you their traditions that they celebrate at the beginning of the year, at the end of the year, a little bit of history behind the significance of it and why they continue doing it today. So for our first presenters, we have Jorge and Karen who will be speaking about Ecuador and their traditions. Our second panelist is Miss Larissa. She will be talking about Brazil, her home country. And then we have Chubong who will talk about her country, China. So we hope that you absorb some information and take away a little bit more informed than when you came in. Okay, so let's give our presenters a round of applause.
Yeah.
Because it has to be at one.
Okay.
Okay. Thank you. I'm sorry, guys.
That's
Oh, Brazil wants to go first?
Yeah,
Okay.
no, because I teach at one.
Oh, okay, all right.
All right.
Can you tell us just a few things about yourself before you start?
Okay, so my name is Larissa. I have been here at Texas Tech since last fall 2015. I'm a master's degree in applied linguistics. I also teach Portuguese at Texas Tech, so if you're considering taking a language, please join us. And okay, so I'm from Rio de Janeiro in Brazil, and that's it about me.
Welcome to Lubbock.
Very different.
Do we need to turn the lights on?
Se me olvidó completamente el proyecto está apagado. Ahora sí. Sí, vamos a apagar las luces. We're going to turn off the lights, okay? Ajá, vamos a apagar las luces para que se vea muy bien.
Sí.
Ajá. Muy bien. En un momento saldrá. Ya vino completamente. Tenemos ahora un poco de electricidad. Sí, muy bien. All right. So this is coming up. It's taking its time.
Okay.
Yeah, warming up.
All right, so I'm going to talk to you guys a little bit about the traditions about the end of the year and beginning of the year. So I'm basically talking about the New Year's Eve in Rio and Brazil. So how we celebrate it. Okay, so New Year's Eve is also known as Réveillon. Can you repeat it?
Réveillon.
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 Very good. All right, so Réveillon comes from the French language, and it actually means awake to a new moment in your life. So it does make a little bit sense with the New Year's, ideas and all of our expectations, right? So it was first used for the Christmas Eve, and then they stopped using that word for Christmas Eve, and then we just started using it to refer to New Year's. We thought it would make more sense. But it makes sense to Christmas if you are a Christian, right? Because it's a new life, it's the life of Christ, it's a new hope for the world. Yeah, if you believe in that, right? So New Year's Eve came from the Roman calendar influence, 743 before Christ. So that's how we started celebrating New Year's, because in China and other countries they celebrate the New Year's in different times. I think also Saudi Arabia, maybe some Arabic countries, they do it in a different time. All right, and so it was preserved when the Catholic Church adopted the Gregorian calendar in the 16th century. So that's how we have been celebrating New Year's on the 31st of December instead of any other date, right? So when is it celebrated? The 31st of December, which is New Year's Eve, but New Year's is actually the 1st of January, and it's actually a national holiday in Brazil. Nobody works on the 1st of January. So how is it celebrated? So it's a big party in Rio. It's a big event. So I always tell everybody, if you ever want to go to Rio, go either for Carnival or New Year's, because it's beautiful, it's breathtaking. Like, if you want, you can actually find the live transmission for it on the 31st on the internet, and then you can see what's going on. It's magic, like, you know, you cry if you, I don't know, it's beautiful. Oops. And then we also have African religions influence that influence the traditions for the New Year's. So since we had lots of slavery in Brazil, and I'm not proud of that, but we did, and they took their religion and their culture to our country, right? So due to the African influence, many people praise Iemanjá, who is that saint or goddess. She's called the ocean's goddess. And so since we celebrate by the beach, it's a common tradition to skip 7 waves at midnight. So you would go like, yeah, and that would supposedly attract good luck. And it's 7 because 7 is a Kabbalistic number. It's a very mystic number. It's also, yeah, like I said, so they also give presents and favors to Iemanjá in order to have her, you know, blessings and stuff like that. So they give her perfumes and they give her mirrors. She's like a mermaid, you know, she's very beautiful. So that's why they give her perfumes, lipstick, makeup. And then you're thinking, but you're polluting the ocean. Yeah, but, you know, there is a sense to that. Okay. So some traditions for the New Year's. So it's very common to eat lentils because supposedly they attract a good luck. I don't know what's the relation to that, but yeah. And many people will wear white. So if you go to a party in Brazil, be sure, for a New Year's party in Brazil, be sure to expect people wearing white because that's, that means peace and it's pure and stuff like that, like the new beginning. And if you want to attract other vibes to your life, there are other selections of colors. So yellow would be money and success, then pink would be love, red would be passion, blue would be like peace in your, you know, in your soul, or it could also mean friendship. Green would be like hope, orange would be like success too, and violet would be inspiration and stability. So there is a whole, there are many options if you don't like white of what you want to attract. So I took this out of this website. It's called Brasil Escola, but that's pretty accurate to what we do. And we have other superstitions too and things that you do. You can make a wish at midnight. You should eat 7 grapes. So we have lots of traditions and superstitions actually. That's it. Do you have any questions? No?
Or any comments?
Comments?
You definitely have questions.
I'm just a little bit curious. So do the kids jump in the waves as well when they go and
When they
go to Iemanjá?
Iemanjá. Yeah, well, kids could go to, like, if you could hold their hands, but you just stay by the shore. You don't go into the ocean. You just hop over it.
Oh.
Yeah. So.
Oh, so you don't go further and hop over another one and further and hop
No,
over.
that's what I
Just
thought.
No, it's just one. The wave breaks in, and then you hop. The wave breaks in again, and then you hop.
Okay, that's why I asked the question.
Yeah.
I
No,
thought
you
kept
don't go
going
in the ocean. Especially at midnight, you don't want to go into the ocean.
Okay.
So that is done at midnight.
Yeah, it's done at
Okay.
midnight. Midnight is the time to do everything.
Ah.
Yeah, make your wishes, or eat the lentils, yeah.
So
And
then,
then we also make a toast, and yeah.
yeah, that's a question.
So whenever you're swimming in the ocean, after all the people put the gifts in there, do you ever like see them floating by?
Yeah, that happens sometimes, but you know, that's why people don't recommend you go to the beach to have a bath, like on the 1st of January. Wait, yeah, really, because it's all there, and if you believe there's lots of energies there too, like in the ocean at that specific time, because many people go there to offer stuff to, yeah, for religious purposes. Yeah, so I wouldn't go. Yes.
So like here on New Year's, everyone like goes, well not everyone, but like a lot of people go to like Times Square and stuff. You said a lot of people go to like the beach.
Yes, they go to the beach, and we don't have capacity, such thing as capacity in Rio. So it's as many goes, as many will be there. So it's millions of people. It's one of the biggest New Year's in the world if you research about it. Yeah. And it's much more interesting because it's summer, so it's not cold, freezing cold like New York. Yes.
Brazil at
It's
that
summer.
time.
Yeah. It's summer now. So it's very pleasant. Well, I don't know if it's very pleasant. It's too many people, and people go in the morning and stay the whole day. So I've never done that. I just watch it on TV. But yeah, it's a lot of people. So if you don't like lots of crowds, don't go because it's crazy. But it's beautiful. Like if you go like Réveillon, Rio de Janeiro, on YouTube, you're gonna see how it looks. It's awesome. Yeah.
Do we have any more questions or comments?
All right, well, thank you.
Just gonna delete that. Oopsie, I'm sorry.
Okay.
Do you want me to
Yeah, just
delete or
leave
leave
it.
it?
Yeah, I'll delete them.
Okay, all right. Well, thank you guys. I'm sorry I can't stay for the other presentation.
Oh, that's
So much for
okay.
coming.
No, you're welcome. Bye-bye, guys. Merry Christmas, Happy New Year.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So here we have Jorge and Karen, and they will teach us a couple of things about Ecuador.
Buenas tardes.
Buenas tardes.
Ellos no hablan español.
Oh, thank you for letting me know that.
I just told him you don't speak Spanish, so you should do
I was
it
not
in
actually
English.
going to, but since you have the opportunity to repeat something in Portuguese, I think they would be a good idea to listen a little bit of Spanish. That will also give you an idea where we are from. We both are from Ecuador. This lovely lady is my beautiful wife. We both are graduate students here at Texas Tech. My background is computer science, but I'm doing an MBA now. And my wife is doing agribusiness, master's degree as we're trying to do. So, but we're very glad to share about our tradition and learn from other countries. And I wish we have more events like this because they really promote the diversity that we have and learn from other cultures. So I applaud this initiative. And what we're going to cover here real quick is about what happens in Ecuador. It should be something that is going to be new to us, to you, and in some cases a little bit striking because it's a completely different tradition. If you've heard about that, so I wanted to give you more information about what happens. If you Google about the New Year's Eve, what happens when we turn on to the new year, probably you get a lot of information, but I want to give you more information from this. So what we're going to do now is going to cover in general what's the tradition about, and we'll go and tell you more specifically in the next few minutes what is every actor that participates in this story, because that's how we present to our kids, that's how we present to the people in Ecuador. What happens is around a story, and there's a purpose for that.
Okay, well, Ecuador is a small country in South America that is very rich in traditions. For our culture, family is the first thing in life. So we take advantage of every festivity that we have in Ecuador to spend time with family. So one of the biggest traditions, or maybe the most important tradition in Ecuador, is the New Year celebration. So here are some pictures of some things that happen that specific day. Okay, the first one, and maybe the most popular, is Los Años Viejos, which means the old years. These are like stuffed dummies, like we call monigotes. So all the family build these dummies, these monigotes. So it's a family activity. We build these ones. They are very tiny and small, and they are huge, that are displayed in some scenarios in the streets in Quito and Guayaquil. And These Años Viejos is a tradition that I know that there are in other countries in Latin America, but the peculiarity in Ecuador is that every single city in Ecuador has the same tradition. All of them show these stuffed dummies, and these are built with old clothes, with masks. These masks are they sell in the streets, and they are also with stardust. Yeah. And
Sawdust. So what we, the way how we fill out is with sawdust.
Mhm.
Okay. So as Karen was saying, is that kind of the tradition goes around the Año Viejo, which is the way how we characterize the year that is dying. So that's the story about this year dying, so we're going to celebrate the new year coming. So what people do is they try to characterize or create something that represents an event or a particular thing that happened in the past. So what is the reasoning behind this? The background is that in 1895 in Ecuador, in the coastal side of Ecuador, we have an epidemic of yellow fever. So by the time they created coffins and they put all the clothes of those who died because of this illness, and they set it on fire. So that brought the idea that they will relieving and cleaning from this epidemic. And that evolved in a different tradition. So the coffins became these dolls that you're seeing. So families kind of try to do the same cleaning from things that happened through the year. And they build those dolls, and at the end of the year, they set it on fire, and that's how they're going to start clean, fresh new year.
Yeah, this happens exactly at midnight. We born these dolls. We born, and there is a symbolic meaning behind this. That when you born these, you born all the bad things that happened during the year, all the sadness, all the bad experiences. You born and you start the new year with a good attitude, with a hope that the new year is going to be better.
So something else that I want to mention is that now with more people getting involved, this tradition is getting stronger and stronger. It's changing a little bit, and I'll show you how in the next slide. Because if we have somebody dying, the viejo is dying, the old man is dying, the old year, we have somebody who is immortal, who's crying to this death, which is the viuda, the widow. So in the old times, the widow was dressed in black, crying just like any widow, crying and asking for money to be able to cover the funeral expenses. So this idea evolved a little bit, and now what happens is the viuda, which is characterized by a man. If you can tell, those are examples of viudas. They are not really the traditional viuda that we could probably think of. It's somebody who is, in a way, is a lot of sense of humor, but in a way is of course suffering through this old viejo dying, but also getting ready for a new year. So the role of the viuda in this case is trying to ask still money from people and asking so they can use it for the expenses that they got into because they have to create it also. That's what we do. So in general what happens is that we have young people going to the streets and getting money. But in the way that I see, especially in these last 2 decades, that is changing, it is more humorous, is bringing more sense of humor and including people. What you're going to see now in this video is something real that is happening in the streets. I can give you more information about that. Don't get confused about this, please. But you will see specific components like, look who is involved in this next scene. I hope it's gonna work.
Es que se la fecha y tiene que funcionar. La fecha, sí.
I hope it's gonna bring sound as well.
It's going to work.
It's low.
I think it's going to work. Y ahora, sí, si haces un clic en eso, ahí. Sí. Tiene que funcionar.
usually happens is that a group of friends or a group of cousins dress up women, men dress up women, and go to the streets in the neighbors and start dancing. They block the traffic to get the money, and they ask money for the viejo. They call that money for the viejo, and is with a sense of humor, as we said, because the view